students, welcome back to the online classes of KBD Academy. Myself Krishna sir, as your social science teacher. Today I am going to teach you the second chapters of history of class 8, colonial rule in India. And this colonial rule in India, we shall discuss about the origins of the English East India Company, early years of English East India Company, and who the powerful countries come to India for rules, the Portuguese also, the Dutch also, the French also, and after we discuss about Battle of Plassey also and Battle of Buxar. This point today we will highlight about the colonial rule in India. You know, first of all, it is about the origins of the English East India Company. The English East India Company was established in London, and the Queen Elizabeth I proclaims and give a permission to the English East India Company to do free trade to the East India companies, to free trade to all over the countries in the East Indies and to Good Hope also. And during the early years of this English East India Company, Captain William Hawkins, one of the Europeans, one of the Britishers, Captain William Hawkins, was the first to come to the India during the reigns of Jahangirs. And the Sir Thomas Roy also theirs, and got the permission from the Jahangirs. They did free trades in the entire history of India, in the entire area. But some area they are namely was Bengal, Bihar, and Orissa. They get farmans, a royal farmans from the Queen Elizabeth I. They do free trades to the in India. But in 1617, the Sir Thomas Roy arrived in India, and they arrived in India. He was one of the ambassador of James I King. You know, the King James I, the ambassador, and he did work under the King James I. The King James ordered them to go to the Jahangir courts and got the right to free trades in Indian territories. Or in the priors of the Roys, the visited in India, and the first factory in Surat. He established the first factory in the Surat, and they try to subjugate is all power from that Surat and establish a factory, because at a time in India raw materials were available in a very cheap rates. And during this, for the marketing, because in the previous times, Africa and India, means in the Asia countries, were very full treasures, were full of treasures, and also they got a full raw material also, cheap labor also for their companies. Now the Portuguese, you know, the Portuguese come to India in 1498. You know, the Portuguese, the first sailor Vasco da Gama come to India in 1498 by the sea route, and established in 1498 in Calicut, Cochin, Goa, and Daman and Diu. They established their supremacy there in 1498. But slowly and gradually, they were not able to do their full trades in India, because at a time Dutch also come there, French also there. Between these Portuguese, Dutch, French, and British, the four territories were interfered. They were fought each other for the supremacy of their rules in the India. But lastly, the British emerged as a superpower. One of the battle fought between the British and the French is known as Anglo-French War. Means this is 200 years, 100 years they were fought each other for their supremacy. Lastly, the British were emerged as a victorious, and the Dupleix, one of the Governor General British, were defeated at a times. And in 17th century, Dutch come to India, and they also supplemented their trade in the Surat, Ahmedabad, Bharuch, Nagarpatnams. They emerged in the 17th century, but they were not also were influenced their powers to the Indians. Again, the French come in 1664. They were also do their supremacy in Surat. They established their factory in Surat in 1600. And Dupleix, one of their governor generals, they tried to oppose this, but lastly they were failed to do their supremacy. And come to the points. Battle of Plassey in 17. You know, Battle of Plassey were fought between Robert Clive and Sirajullah. You know, during the Robert Clives, many Confucius are there. The Jagat Seth, one of the bankers, were under the British governments, and Jagat Seth also, and the Governor General Mir Qasim also were under the British influence. So that's why Robert Clive emerged as a superpower in Bengals, and British won the battle in 1757. It is one of the landmark in the history of India. The next battle was Battle of Buxar, which is 1464. Alberdi Khan in one side, Alamgir II in one side, and Mir Qasim in one side, and British government in another side. They fought each other in Battle of Buxar in 1764. Now married Buxar in Bihar, and lastly British also emerged as superpower. All the three allies were defeated totally, and British emerged as a superpower. Means these two Battle of Plassey and Battle of Buxar emerged. This is a turning point in the history of India, where British were tried to occupy Indian territories, and lastly they were happens. They might be, they may, or also lastly they were succeeded to control over the whole territories of the India. And this territories India, British governments were think about how do they control the India. They impose a divide and rule policy, and by the divide and rule policy, they were emerged as superpower and emerged one of the trading center also, political power also, and slowly they drained the wealth of the India, because at the time India were known as the golden balls in the India histories. And lastly, they emerged as a superpower, and now we think in the minds that how they occupy the, because they follow the discipline rule also. They did their duty on time also, and due to the lack of unity in Indians, lack of telecommunication system also, all the kings were fought each other. This is the demerits where the Indians were totally disintegrated in their powers, and British emerged as a superpowers. Today's video is now over. In the next video, I will upload the remaining chapters, questions and main points. Thank you. Have a nice day.